So I'm driving back. I just dropped Austin off and in Mercer. He's going fishing today. But I just wanted to I've been thinking about things. It's like, do what you do best and forget the rest. What does that mean? We live in a world right now that has complete mind control over all of us. And the idea is, how do I escape this mind control? If you think about it, we cannot control the external things in our life. We can't control other people. We can't control world events. We can't control what the politicians are doing. We can't control the media and the spin that they put on everything. But we can take back control of our own minds. And most of us as Americans have never had control of our minds from day one. Look at the generation now. Look at these kids with their phones and stuff from birth. They have no control over their mind. They are absolute zombie robots. We were lucky we grew up in the 80s, so we have, a little bit of sense about what the world and about what critical thinking is, and logic and that type of thing. But the kids today, they're done. I don't understand how they're going to make it back. This is why so many teachers are quitting these days. It's because the generation that's having these kids also came through this and don't understand what controlling your own mind is about. It's always been, they've been at the whim of technology and the media and consumerism and all this stuff. My job in my life is to finally, you can say this stuff nonstop, but until you actually believe it that it is true, that you can break free, you're still stuck. So many people know the information, but they don't act upon it. They know things, but they don't really believe, and they're so scared to break free of this mind control because it feels good to be moving in like the cogs of the way the world works. It gives you a sense of, I guess, safety, which it's not safety, but it gives you that sense that you're in this and you're playing the game. And to use your own mind, you have to step outside of the game. And I think that's scary for some people. But the only way you can really win, what is winning? I mean, is winning having a big house, nice car, all this stuff? That sounds like that's what they want you to think. They want you to think, well, that big, $500,000 mortgage, and then a car payment that actually costs more than your house. Insurance is nuts. It's like they want you in that trap of a race because then they control you. You have to, we're in this consumerism. The economy needs us to keep consuming, just so it can stay, it thrive. And they've built products these days to, have a very limited, when you say shelf life, it's like even your iPhone, it won't run for more than 2 years. That's why they come out with all these things. They make them so within 2 years, the memory and the updates and that, it destroys your phone. That's why I stick with a cheaper phone here, because they don't seem to do that with these ones as much as the Apple. And people buy it. Why do people buy an Apple phone? Because they think that is a status symbol. It's like, oh my God, how would you have an Android? It's like, why? The first step in escaping this, what they would call the matrix, is not giving a shit what anybody else thinks. That is the major problem with people these days. They care way too much about what other people think about them. They are controlled by the people around them, by society. They don't even have to know the people. They just drive by houses and see cars and consumerism going out shopping and everything. It's like they have to try to stay in that game, because today what you own, what you can show, seems to be the status of who you are as a person. It's not what you know, it's not what you believe, it's none of those things. It's not the kind of good person. It all comes down to status in what you can show. So different opposed to way back in the days where our grandparents were around, where material stuff was nothing. It was a handshake. It was who you were as a person. That is what was important. Those are the people that got the status, the ones that were the good people, the ones that were the leaders, the ones that helped other people, the ones that, that people knew, hey, if I shake this guy's hand, it means something, and he's going to stay through. He's got integrity and honesty. Those were the status symbols back in the day. Today, that stuff doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. I mean, to me, it means a lot. But in the general scope of things that go on in this world, if you can't see it, you can't measure it. That's the thing. I can't see your integrity. I can't see your honesty. I can't see you being a good person. So it doesn't count. And nobody wants to take the time to know people. They want to look at your car and your house and the material things and the trips and the things that you can have. That is the new status, because you can show it. That's why people post all the stuff online. That's their status. They want to tell everybody everything because they think that they have to. If they're not posting, they're not giving a sermon or speech. These things I'm recording here, these are for me, and hopefully for my kids and grandkids someday, because I think this way of thinking, if it wasn't for my grandfather and being self-aware and growing up in the 80s, I would probably be sucked into this matrix whirlpool of bullcrap more. At least I have a little bit of my fingertips on it, because I've seen what's behind the curtains and why they're doing this. And basically the only way to escape, and that is through your own mind, being able to use that to escape. And it's free. People think, I don't have the money or the resources to escape. No, you have exactly what it takes between your ears, right there in your brain, to be able to escape this. And I know that it is very hard, because even as I drive through town here, you got Dunkin', you got this, I gotta have this drink, I gotta have that, I gotta have McDonald's. Not only is the stuff bad for you, but it drains your pocket and keeps you in that consumer class over and over and over again. So what is the deal? We have to take control of our minds so we can escape. And I think that's the only place where true happiness is going to be. It's where it lives. It lives in freedom. And the only way you can get freedom is by escaping this race and really sitting back. And that is my main goal here over the next year, 6 months, as we try to sell the house. Heather quits her job. We get a new one. Stop worrying about the whole world. Get off the media. Just focus on yourself and your family. If people would just do that and really put the time and effort into themselves, we could build a country and a community that is extremely strong, because a good man, a good person that focuses on themselves will have the ability to help other people. They will become like the backbone of our culture. We're lost. We're lost right now, and it's going to take, and it always swings back, but it's going to take a revolution of mind, not body, not physicality, none of that stuff. Mind. Take control of your thoughts. Sit there and actually say to yourself, are the things that are running through my head right now, first of all, is it helping me? Is it hurting me? Who is controlling this inside of my thought processes? Am I actually in control? Or is there somebody else controlling what I say, what I do, what I buy, all of my movements? Because I'm so worried about what other people are going to think about me. I want you to really contemplate that and then come up with a plan on how you're going to escape that. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy because everywhere we look, it's like a trap. You're going to be pulled back in. And, to me, I believe that's the only way in life. Don't wait until you're 70 years old. You're 70 years old, and then you finally come to that realization. We were just up at Heather's parents, my wife's parents, the other day. 80 years old. Hasn't done shit with his life. Retired at 59. And still sitting in the same chair. What an absolute waste of a life. Especially when they have the money and the resources to do things. Now it's too late. Just had his knee his knee replaced at 80, and he's like, I don't know if I'll do the other one. It's not going to be worth it. No, it's not, because what are you going to do? Just sit around? If you're just going to sit around all your life, just take some pain medicine to help with the pain. Why go through all that, and why put that burden on our health system? Unless you're going to do something with your life and be productive. But take control of your mind, fellas. Take control, you ladies. Take control of your thought processes and really, really concentrate on it, because it's not going to be easy. So take care. God bless.